Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into 10 reasons Meghan Markle made Prince Harry broke. Starting off with number 10, I mean, this didn't come as a surprise to anyone, but obviously, if it wasn't for Meg, it's very unlikely that Prince Harry would have thought to step down from the throne. But then again, he did seem pretty unhappy with the royal life. And although his whole life he's never needed to do anything crazy to earn his money, I know it must feel like a whole new life, having to make money instead of it being handed to you on a silver platter. So, I feel for you, Harry. I really do. Life really must be so difficult for you. Their infamously controversial decision to voluntarily leave left them cut off from the royal earnings they were making from doing royal things. After the move out, the couple was gaining attention in ways that made them seem like horrible people. After clarifying that the two were going to step back from their duties to focus on their mental health and working towards a life from their family without the royal toxicity, a lot of people had some strong opinions on their decision. Number 9 on our list, the projects the couple took after their sudden step back from the throne included the 3-year podcasting deal with Spotify, worth as much as $15 to $18 million. It's unknown whether the streaming music service has begun making money. The first podcast, a holiday special from their Archwell Audio, came out in December 2020 and was not part of the deal, making another $3.5 million a year. Prince Harry and Oprah Winfrey announced that they were going to executive produce a mental health series for Apple TV. The series was caught up in production delays, but is an extension of the Duke's own work that he candidly shared. Adding to the activities of their production company, both Harry and Meghan have earned money from book writing. Meghan published a book titled The Bench in 2021, and Harry has written a memoir, Spare, which should be releasing this year. For this book, Harry was reportedly paid close to $20 million. Harry also earns money from the mental health firm BetterUp, of which he serves as a board executive. Their biggest potential moneymaker might be the 5-year $100 million contract with Netflix signed in September 2020. They plan to produce documentaries, among other things, but we still don't know if Prince Harry and Meghan received an advance on the deal. If they did, it'll likely contribute to their net worth. Financial independence doesn't seem too difficult for them to achieve. What do you guys think? Was it a bad move to quit the royal life? On to number 8, the late Princess Diana is acknowledged by Harry for making their move possible. After being cut off from financial support from the palace, the relocated royals relied on the estimated $10 million inheritance Harry received from his late mother's estate. Although he was not a beneficiary of any of the $100 million fortune left by his great-grandmother, the Queen Mother. That's a fumble. $100 million in the bank account might not be looking too bad right now, is it, Meghan Harry? With Meghan Markle's $2 million earnings from her work in films and television shows, most notably the long-running legal drama Suits, the couple doesn't seem too far off from their own goal of comfortable financial independence. But is it all a facade? Are they really well off for life? Number 7 on the list, they bought a $14 million estate in Montecito, the seaside Santa Barbara, California, home to A-list Hollywood celebrities. I always wondered if the relocation was both of their decision, or did Meghan just really want to move back to the US? The Duke and Duchess also repaid the sovereign grant for the $3 million spent to remodel Frogmore Cottage. So if I did the math right, that means Prince Harry and Meghan are left with $5 million, at least for now. Their estimated net worth, including the equity from their home, is roughly $10 million. The Queen has a net worth of $500 million, while the combined value of the British monarch's holdings were worth an estimated $25 billion. Did Harry fumble a bag? They needed to focus on their mental health, so it's fair, but I'd be lying if I said that isn't an insanely huge amount of money to have access to. If put in the same position, I wonder how many other people would do the same. Would you leave the royal household for your mental health if you were born or married into it? The prince and his wife want to dedicate their life to helping others and improving the world. Prince Harry stated that his life is always going to be about public service, and Meghan signed up to that. But they also have to pay the bills, and thanks to their global celebrity status, Hollywood is only happy to capitalize, helping to cushion the financial blow. On to number 6, let's talk about the Oprah interview. After the CBS special interview was aired, some supporters and haters stirred some drama about the kinds of conversations that were had. Many were even calling Meghan out for lying about what was happening to her during her time as a working royal. Whether or not she was telling the whole truth, at the end of the day, she did what she had to do to find peace, which is good for her and their family. The allegations about her lying and victimizing herself became another reason to hate on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Meghan and Prince Harry discussed their time as working royals and their experiences since stepping down. In the interview, Meghan mentioned how there were concerns and conversations about how dark Archie's skin might be when he's born within the royal family. Considering the multiple accusations of racism that have come out throughout the years about this family, this really isn't too surprising to hear, but it is sad to know some members of the family have a mindset where it's important to know the skin color before the baby is even born. The former actress also spoke about being silenced by the royal family, explaining she was directed to give a no comment on questions directed her way once the couple's relationship was public. Counting down to number 5, family drama continues with Meghan's side of the family too. Meghan's father, Thomas Markle, went behind Meg's back to do media interviews after the wedding and criticized his daughter and other members of the royal family, which Meg later admitted was very embarrassing for the family. Thomas might have taken it too far, leaving his relationship with his daughter in pretty bad shape. According to Meghan, the Queen and Prince Charles advised her to write her father a letter, but somehow the letter was found and leaked to the public. #suspicious. The Mail on Sunday printed part of the letter, editing out the lines about the media's behavior. What a coincidence. Whether you hate or love the couple, you gotta admit that it's a snake move to publish intimate conversations and simply a gross invasion of privacy. But of course, the family and media drama doesn't end there. They asked for permission from King Charles to move to Canada. The plan was to continue working within the Commonwealth and doing work in the name of the Queen while moving away from the media and photographers. Harry wrote emails to King Charles putting their plans into writing at Charles's request. He said he included a detail that the couple would be willing to relinquish their Duke and Duchess of Sussex titles if their moving plans didn't materialize. Harry said it was 5 days later that their plans were on the front page of the newspaper. Did the royal institution leak the couple's plans to move to Canada? It seems like that's what Harry was indirectly saying. At that point, they decided to step back from their duties and pursue financial independence. Living in a family with snakes, I would want to get out of there ASAP too. Good for you, Harry and Meg. Number 4, Harry really broke up with the royal family through email. Not only did Meghan think it was best for them to move out of the royal palace completely, the process soured their relationships with other royal members, including the staff, with the reports of a few longtime members quitting because of Meghan's behavior. Apparently there were several reasons for the staff to call it quits, like Meghan shamelessly sending multiple emails throughout the night or demanding instant gratification while freaking out about what to wear and home renovations. I can't even lie, that sounds exhausting. No one wants to answer emails at 1 a.m. Come on, Meghan. And Meg, if you're out here victimizing yourself but at the same time bullying other members of the royal staff, what are we supposed to believe? On the other hand, the bullying got so bad for Meghan that Harry himself took a stand to defend his wifey and make a statement about leaving her alone because some media sources were taking it too far. And even if he is right to defend Meghan, if she was really treating other people without consideration, it makes the whole thing seem over-exaggerated, which they have been accused of doing in past interviews. On to number 3, it is a known fact that Meghan is pretty determined to do her way. I mean, she literally made so many controversial decisions in the past couple years alone to prove she can do whatever she thinks is best. During a conversation with the Queen's personal assistant, it was insinuated that Meghan should wear a hat since the Queen would be wearing one, but Meghan preferred to go without one. She really said, "I'm gonna do me regardless." It seems like Meghan and Harry want to cherry pick events they'll attend, the charities that they support, and the endeavors they want the public to be a part of without having to experience the downsides of a public life. Number 2, is the spilling of the tea ever going to stop? The only way to shut out the media entirely is to completely remove themselves from public life, which would include their charitable works and likely any attempts to become even wealthier than they already are now. Only then will the press get bored and move on. But with the way they have been doing things, that truly seems unlikely. Whether they want to admit it or not, it really seems like they're enjoying all the drama and news about them. In a way, the constant conversation surrounding them is keeping people interested and making them money, which is never a bad thing. Harry didn't ask for this life per se, but Meghan must know better. The life of a former actress in Hollywood is equal parts craft and brand. You hope you're making art, but you also have to market yourself so that people watch it. Before she left to become a duchess, Meghan was capitalizing on her own Suits fame with a minor influencing career of her own, which included a blog called The Tig. Not at all coincidentally, the designers behind The Tig also created the new Sussex Royal website. For years, royal followers have been fascinated with Prince Harry's net worth, which obviously grew even more after their decision to take a step back from the British royal family. The fascination around Meghan and Harry's post-royals life sparked again in March 2021 when the two were interviewed by Oprah Winfrey for the CBS primetime special. Though there was speculation at the time that Meghan and Harry were paid for the interview, it was later confirmed that the couple would not be collecting a paycheck and said that no donations are being made to their charity. So they aired out their royal drama for free $99? Interesting. With that said, there are still a lot of question marks around Prince Harry's net worth. How much were Prince Harry's annual allowances? 95% of Harry's income before he left the royal family came from his father, King Charles III, who at the time controlled the Duchy of Cornwall, a portfolio of property and financial investments, securing $29 million back in 2019. Harry's annual allowance from Duchy, which he shared with Meghan, was around $7 million. This paid for Harry and Meghan's public duties as working members of the royal family, such as wardrobe and travel, as well as private costs. The other 5% of Harry's income came from the Sovereign Grant, which is a taxpayer-funded and paid from the government to the royal family to cover expenses for official duties, as well as the royal palace. According to the BBC, the grant, which is also funded from Crown estate profits and commercial properties owned by the Crown, is worth $114 million. That is all for today's top 10. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time on The Rich Life.